I spent $3,000 on laser hair removal and, well, I was basically throwing my money away. Love it! Hello everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hiram. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hiram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. But in a rare turn of events, in this video I'm not going to be talking about skincare. I'm going to be talking about hair care. Ow, I knocked my nose. Specifically, hair removal. I'm sure a lot of you out there at some point in time have considered getting laser hair removal done or have considered at-home laser IPL hair removal. Because I get it, you're tired of constantly shaving and you just want that one fix so you never have to worry about hair removal again. I feel you! And the main thing I want to talk about and help you guys, just learn a little bit more about in case you're considering hair removal treatments is whether professional laser hair removal is better or worse than at-home IPL hair removal. So I'm first going to start talking about my experience with hair removal, what that has been like, and why I decided to spend $3,000 to get professional laser hair removal done, what I learned, and what I'm doing now instead. So buckle up, baby, because this is a brutal story. I also want to say this video is thankfully sponsored by Ulike and their Air 10 IPL hair removal device. Y'all are not ready to see what this thing can do. I am so excited to talk about it. So stay tuned to learn more about the product and how I do my IPL hair removal at home. Well, I'm not home right now, but in a hotel. You get the gist. If you want to learn more about the Ulike Air 10, go to the link in my description box below, and let's jump into it. So I am someone who is genetically blessed with a lot of body hair. My whole family's got it, it's genetic, and it has always been one of my biggest insecurities. And ever since I think 6th grade, I started shaving my entire body. It started with my legs, worked its way up to the thighs, and then soon enough, I was having body hair on my chest, stomach, and a lot on my neck area. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with body hair, but for me and my personal preference and how thick and dark my body hair is, I was like, oh no, this has to go. And so began the 15-year-long torturous process of trying to figure out how the heck to remove my body hair. So I started shaving my body, right? For some people that really works, but I immediately figured out that my skin, my body, does not like shaving at all. Like razor burn and ingrown hairs, how sometimes you'll experience them? Think of the worst razor burn and ingrown hairs possible, and then multiply that by 10. And you have my skin. Ingrown hairs and razor burn have always been such a massive issue for me because those ingrown hairs start out as something that just looks like a pimple, right? And then it gets worse and turns into something that literally looks like a boil. And then it usually takes about a month for it to heal if it does heal, but sometimes it doesn't and causes scarring. And mind you, this isn't just a few dots. I'm talking like my whole body. I basically look like I have smallpox. It ain't pretty. And so after a few years of this, I was like, okay, I cannot shave my body. Honey, that ain't gonna work. And so as a middle schooler, I set off trying to find the best hair removal processes. I tried waxing. Does not work with my skin. I get crazy ingrown hairs. I started using trimmers, but they weren't close enough to the skin and my hair grows so quickly that they really didn't have much effect. I tried hair removal creams, which ended very abruptly when I broke out into a fever, was losing consciousness, lightheaded, had tunnel vision, and had to go home from school because my skin reacted so badly. What else have I tried? At-home waxing strips, professional waxing, sugaring. It got to a point that by the time I was like 24, 25, I was like, okay, nothing works. This is ridiculous. My skin just hates hair removal. And once I finally got to a point where I wasn't broke, I was like, okay, the first thing I want to do is get laser hair removal because I am sick and tired of having sores all over my body. And there began the absolutely terrible process of getting professional laser hair removal. Let me tell you guys what happened. Sorry y'all, I am in downtown Chicago right now and the city ambiance. Oh my god, I love this song. So I went to a med spa in Honolulu, Hawaii 3 years ago, and because of my hair type and because I'm a guy, they recommended, I believe, 13 to 14 sessions. And in talking to them and getting their advice, they were like, by that point, you will definitely see a permanent reduction in hair. Now, laser hair removal is not guaranteed that you won't grow hair anymore or that the hair will, be completely gone, which I was fully prepared for because I was like, look, I'm not looking for a miracle. I'm just wanting the hair growth to at least be slowed and my hair be thinner so it doesn't look coarse and so I don't have to shave so much. But they said I would see a really big difference when it came to my hair, and I decided to get my entire chest and stomach done as well as my neck and the back of my neck. Well, that's how it started at least. And boy was I not ready for my first session, let me tell you. Here's the thing, I relatively knew what to expect. I had talked to multiple people who had gotten laser hair removal done before, and from everyone I heard at worst, it basically feels like somebody is snapping a rubber band on your skin over and over and over again. And I've gotten my body waxed before, I've done sugaring, hearing. I've plucked hairs from my skin before. Like, I've gone through hair removal discomfort, so I was expecting, you know, at least something similar, if not even less painful, because the med spa was telling me that this would be a relatively pain-free process. And I do have to add, like, I don't have the best pain tolerance ever. Like, I'm not Superman, but, you know, throughout my entire life, I've always had a pretty good pain tolerance. Like, for me, waxing my body hair doesn't hurt at all. I had no idea what was coming. I'm not kidding, where this might have been the most painful experience of my entire life. And get this, they started me off at a low setting. They didn't even start me off high. From the first flash of that laser, I jolted up. It caught me so much by surprise how much it hurt. And it was weird, because it didn't feel like a shock. It was more so like an intense burning sensation under the skin that also feels like somebody is stabbing you with a needle. That's how best I can describe it. They give you these little sensory toys that you can squeeze onto, you know, to help mitigate like the discomfort that you feel. I was crushing those things, and that didn't even work, so I was taking my fingernails and digging them into my skin to offset the pain and make it at least feel a little bit better, which it didn't. But it got to the point where I was crying so hard that I had to ask her to stop, and when she was asking me if I was okay, you know when little kids are crying so hard that they're like, and they can't even speak? That was me. I kept trying to apologize to her and say, I'm so sorry, like I didn't know it would hurt this bad, but I couldn't even get the words out because I was crying so hard. The table that I was on that had that medical paper underneath was soaked. I was drenched in sweat. I couldn't stop crying. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. It was one of the most painful experiences of my life. I have never cried that hard in my entire life. And I have depression. But you know what? I went to every single session because I was like, even though this is brutally painful, if this means that I won't grow hair anymore, or at least just significantly minimize my body hair, it is worth it. So I bit the bullet and went to every session. I even went to a different location because I was like, okay, maybe the med spa I'm going to just has a really painful laser and I can find a better one. Nope, the other one I went to hurt even more. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm just a wimp, but I'll push through and go to every session. And after the sessions, they would always do check-ins saying like, how does your body hair look? Is it improving a lot? And every time I'd be like, I don't really notice a difference. My hair still grows back just as quickly. And they would always tell me like, don't worry, just give it until the last session. Well, I went in for one session and afterwards they were like, this is it, your 14th session, you're done. And I remember looking at them and being like, my hair's the same. Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
And after talking to them, they were just kind of like, well, hopefully you'll see a difference down the road, but there's nothing that we can really do. They were like, you could pay for more sessions if you want, like that could help it. And I was like, no. You're telling me I went through all this pain and spent $3,000 for basically no results. Are you kidding me? I was so mad. And I guess I should clarify, it's not that I didn't see any results. Like, the few weeks following an appointment, I did notice that, you know, my hair grew back a little bit slower, but by the time, you know, the next month rolled around, it was like my hair was back to normal. So I knew that this wasn't going to be like sustainable long term, that if I didn't keep up these regular sessions, my hair would just not be impacted. So, to say that I was frustrated was an understatement, and I was like, well, I guess I'm screwed for life. And then fast forward to about a year ago where I was seeing a lot of content creators that I really respect, chemists, dermatologists, talking about IPL hair removal devices. And I was like, I wonder if this would work. Part of me was like, I experienced the pain from professional treatment. I do not want to go through that at home. And then I tried it, and wow, talk about a world of a difference. So let me talk about IPL and the major differences between laser hair removal and IPL. With professional laser hair removal, you're basically getting the strongest hair removal treatment you can get out there. It's very intense, like I mentioned before. It's performed by an esthetician in a controlled environment. However, there are major drawbacks: the pain, the skin irritation, the price point, having to go to a physical location to get it done, versus IPL. Now, the way that IPL works is that it's an at-home device that targets the root of the hair follicle and basically damages it, making sure that it grows back more slowly and less thick. And the one I have been using specifically is the Ulike Air 10, which of course is the sponsor of today's video. Thank you so much to Ulike for sponsoring this video, and I want to tell you guys a little bit about this product. And wow, the experience of this compared to what I've been through in the past is mind-blowing. So the Ulike Air 10 uses dual light technology for stronger, faster, and just better results, and you can even see visible hair reduction within 1 week of using it. Now for me, that's not the case because my hair is thick and wiry, but depending on your hair thickness and gender, you can see results really quickly. So rather than just talking about at-home IPL and the Ulike Air 10, I figured I would show you the process of me doing my at-home hair removal so you can see the benefits. Hello! I'm so pumped and energized to show you guys my at-home hair removal process. I literally just flew into this gorgeous hotel. Look at this bathroom and look That's my bed right there. That's also the window facing another skyscraper right behind, so everyone can see me naked, but that's neither here nor there. It has been 2 days since the last time I did hair removal, and so I figured this would be the perfect time to lead you guys through the process, show you how I do it, give you the experience with my Ulike Air 10, so that you can see the proof that I am not in pain. That's the biggest part. So I'm gonna start with my neck, and then I'm gonna go down to the rest of my body. So step 1, booyah. I feel like Lady Gaga. Poker face. Yeah, so when you're doing any type of like laser hair removal process, whether it's IPL or in office, you need to wear eye protection because it can seriously mess up your eyes. So I'll kind of explain how it works first. There's 4 different modes. Okay, I guess I don't need glasses. There's 4 different modes that you can choose from based on how gentle or powerful you want the hair removal to be. I personally like using it on the highest setting, or a new mode that's in the Ulike Air 10 called SHR mode, which has dual lamp technology. So it basically flashes twice within the span of 1 second. So you're getting a lot of the treatment done in a shorter time span, because let me tell you, trying to remove all the hair here and across my body can take a long time. But I also love is that the Air 10 is the first model to feature skin sensor, which is super cool technology that will automatically detect your skin tone and adjust the power based off of it to make sure that you're getting effective hair removal without the potential of damaging your skin. Because you know, laser hair removal and IPL can have risks depending on how deep your skin tone is. And with this one, it'll even limit and stop flashing depending on how deep your skin tone is to make sure that you're kept safe. I love that because I think it's really unfortunate that people with different skin tones can't necessarily access IPL and laser hair removal in the same way. And the fact that this one is safe for application on darker skin tones is just amazing. Anyway, let's get into the IPL. So you'll notice that this will be a little bit loud, but it's because there's a fan on the back that cools your skin in case your skin starts to heat up. I mean, it honestly works so well for me that I never even notice my skin getting hot. But let's go. So basically I'll press it fully up against my skin and then press this button. Absolutely no pain or discomfort. And that's it. Easy peasy. So like, look at my neck. There is no redness. Because let me tell you, after getting it professionally done, it looked like I was in a house fire. So much redness. I mean, I'd say this is a little bit of an improvement. Okay, so now that my neck is done, I'm gonna move down to like my chest area. You might be wondering why I don't do like my face, and it's because there's still a little bit of hope in me that one day I'm gonna hit puberty and I'm gonna be able to grow a full beard and mustache at some point. So until that day comes, I'm not touching the facial hair here, but my neck hair can go. Okay, y'all, close your eyes. Don't look. Y'all thought you were gonna see me fully shirtless? You gotta pay for that, baby. Okay, so the hairs on my chest are a little long, so I'm gonna shave real quick. Luckily, Ulike provides a handy dandy little razor. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, Hiram, is it really better than like a med spa laser hair removal? And here's my viewpoint of it. So yes, the most powerful type of laser hair removal is what you can get at a clinic. I mean, that's why they have to be certified, go through school to be able to perform it on you. So I'm not discounting at all the power of the treatments that you can get at a clinic or a med spa from an esthetician. But 3 major factors that really attract me to at-home IPL is number 1, the amount of chemists, dermatologists, and even estheticians I've seen recommend at-home IPL treatment, whether it be Cassandra Bankson, like I talked about before, or David Lim, who's literally on the medical advisory board for Ulike. I've seen so many people I look up to for the amount of education they have around skincare and hair care back it, so that's number 1. The second factor is the frequency of use. You know, when you're going to a med spa, you are paying for a select number of appointments. These can be very expensive, but you know, there's also a limited amount of effectiveness you can really get if you're only able to say like afford 4 sessions, 5 sessions. With at home, you have the ability to do it whenever you want, as much as you want. Although they do recommend like 3 times a week, so you're not overdoing it. But I just have the freedom to be able to do it on my schedule, which is, you know, a really big factor. And of course, it's just way cheaper than going to a clinic to get it done. And then finally, you guys, I will be honest, the biggest thing that really attracts me to at-home IPL, there's literally no pain. And honestly, I would use an at-home device 100 times over, even if it's less effective, because I won't have to go through that awful pain, especially for nothing because it didn't even work. The benefits for me far outweigh the negative side effects of having to get it professionally done. And also a piece of comfort support from me is that Ulike has 10 years of experience as an IPL specialist group. They go through clinical testing, they're internationally regulated. Oh, there's also a 90-day money-back guarantee, so if you're not satisfied with the results after 3 months of using it, you can get your money back, which is great, and it has a 2-year warranty as well, so if anything happens to it, you're covered, boo. Here we go. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I've been using this on my body for a while, but I only recently started using it on my neck because I was so traumatized after my experience that this doesn't hurt at all, so it was safe enough to use on my neck. So it just goes to show you how pain-free it is. Woo! Okay, and that concludes my IPL removal. I'll meet you guys back in the room. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my hair removal process, and if you are interested in getting the Ulike Air 10, go to the link in my description box below. Like I said before, there's a 90-day risk-free return policy if you're not satisfied with your results, and Ulike is kindly providing a discount code for you guys if you use the code on my screen at checkout. That way you can save even more on the Air 10. So as an overview, let's quickly run through all the differences between professional laser hair removal and at-home IPL removal, the pros and cons, and which one I recommend if you haven't figured it out already. For the pros of laser hair removal, you are getting the strongest treatment there is out there. It's performed in a safe environment by an esthetician, and typically only requires a certain amount of sessions. On the con side, it is extremely expensive, can be extremely painful if you're like me. It's a hassle having to physically go to your appointments. And biggest of all for me, with all these cons, and if you're like me, you may not see results that justify the price point, pain, and inconvenience. Now for IPL. IPL isn't as strong as what you can find in a salon at their highest strength performed by an esthetician. And if you want someone else to perform the service for you, then IPL may not be for you. However, IPL still is a powerful way of reducing and minimizing hair growth. It is significantly more affordable than appointments at a salon, and not even considering that by having your own device and being able to use it multiple times a week for years and years and years, you're just saving a significant amount of money. My biggest pro, it is literally pain-free. You don't have to go through the horrible experience that I did. You don't need replacements, refills, or have to schedule a new appointment, and it's just fast and easy. Whereas my appointments in a salon would take an hour and a half up to 2 hours because of how painful it was and how slowly they had to go. I can do it in less than 30 minutes in the comfort of my home or on the go. And so for all of those reasons, I would say that IPL hair removal devices are definitely better in the long run, and my personal favorite way so far of treating my hair growth. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Have you gone into a salon, gotten professional laser hair removal? Did you see positive results? Did it hurt as badly for you as it did for me? Have you tried IPL hair removal devices? Did you see a positive benefit? I would love to hear your guys' opinions on this, and of course I want to say that this is just my own experience. I am not saying that your experience will be the same, and I am definitely not downgrading estheticians, salons, or laser hair removal as a whole. I am only referring to my personal experience. But I hope you guys like hearing about my story, what I went through, and just the chaos of my hair removal journey. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.